Hi everyone, welcome to my training. My name is Svetlin Nakov and I'm the co-founder and Chief Training and Innovation and Inspiration at the Software University, a large training center in Eastern Europe, the Silicon Valley of the Europe, where people start their development careers. So, welcome to the Programming Basics with C# training. This is a comprehensive coding training course which consists of videos, a book, and the platform. The book is completely free, the videos are available for free, and the platform is also free, where you can put your solutions and you can enjoy with free evaluation of your code. So welcome to this training. It's a really nice place to start with coding, and I believe you will be happy to be part of this course. Join the other 150,000 people who already started programming with this training. The Programming Basics with C#. We have these lessons in other languages as well, but I highly recommend C# because it's modern, nice, good language. So, what we'll start in this section. In this section, I will explain you what will be the course scope, the target audience, why we did choose the C# language. I will explain you about the learning resources, these videos, this book, the judge, the exercises and exam. I will also introduce the judge system and will explain you later how to become a software developer, and we'll say a few words about our trainers and contributors. So I will start with the course objectives and scope. We'll explain you what shall we learn, what we shall not learn, and what are the next steps, what we will cover, our methodology, exams, exercises, videos, lessons, etc. The target audience, which are absolute beginners, people who start coding for their first time, and later I will explain why I did the C# language, because I like it. It's really good start for beginners, and I will explain about the learning resources, the videos which are available for free, the book website where you can use something like step-by-step tutorials for solving the problems and learning the concepts, and the judge system, which is totally free, and when you solve some problem, we can just go at the judge, submit the solution, and you will have a free evaluation and will learn whether it's correct or not. So about the exercises and exams, I will tell you that they are very, 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 very important, because development is learned and coding, by doing, by practice. So if you don't solve problems, you learn nothing. You may enjoy watching videos, but it's not enough. So I will say a few words later about the soft union and the judge system, where you can put your projects and they will be automatically evaluated. Your code will be evaluated, and how to become a developer, which is not just coding. To be a developer, it consists of 4 groups of skills, like coding, like algorithmic thinking, like software engineering and computer science fundamentals, and also software technologies and programming languages. So finally, I will explain about trainers and contributors, like me and my colleagues. So let's start to introduce you in this course. Welcome to this course. It's a very good idea that you started working programming here, because this course is more comprehensive, more well designed, and it's already proven by 150,000 people who started coding and turned into, most of them turned into skillful developers. So the Programming Basics with C# training course teaches the very basics skills of coding. It uses the C# language, but the focus is on coding, not on C#, and it teaches coding skills and writing code and solving problems. It's a problem-solving based approach. I give you problems, you solve, I help you, and you write code, and finally, when you have a solution, you check this solution at the SoftUni judge system for free. So, writing simple commands and programs using the IDE, like Visual Studio Integrated Development Environment, is the very, very first step in starting with coding. You write commands, and programs are sequences of commands. We'll start from this, and we'll introduce more complex things like reading and printing numbers and text from the console, performing calculations, things like reading integers, reading lists, sequences of numbers, and many others. We'll have checking conditions, things like if-else constructions, if something, do something, if else, do something else. So we'll learn about the if constructions, the nested if constructions, if inside an if, the if-else, if-else conditional sequences. We'll learn about conditions, how to compare numbers, how to create a Boolean conditions. We'll learn about how to check AND, logical AND and logical OR conditions, and more complex cases. We'll use also the switch case statement and many others. So conditions in programming are something fundamental, which can be seen in many programming language, and I believe you will learn this sooner or later if you continue coding from this course or from other course or whatever. So loops is the next major concept in coding. It allows repeating blocks of codes. For example, we can make a for loop and repeat for a number from 1 to 1000 times a piece of code. For example, print the number. So we can have many types of loops, for loops, while loops, do while loops, and many others like for each. But all of them repeat a piece of code and while some condition holds or certain fixed number of steps, and these loops can be combined together with if conditions and if else to build some programming logic, together with some computations, and together with other loops. So we can have a loop inside a loop. For example, if you want to print a square matrix of numbers, we loop through the lines, and then with the nested loop we look through the columns inside certain line. So loops are essential to programming, and developers write loops every day. For example, if you want to print a list of students, you need to have a loop to pass through from the first second to the last student. So the next things that we will learn in this training will be about methods. Methods are reusable blocks of codes which have name, which can accept parameters and take arguments, and you can pass values to them, and they can return a value. So if you want to invoke a piece of code several times, you can put it in a loop and in a method, and invoke the method several times through its name, and you can pass also parameters to this method. This training is not enough to start a job. Don't think of starting a job at least until you spend few thousands of hours in coding, and at least 1 or 2 years. This is the minimum. So this course, this training is a starting point for learning software development. Everyone should know how to write code, but writing code is not enough to be developer. Like everyone should know the letters in the English language, but to speak in English, the letters are not enough. They are required, you need them, but they are not enough. So the course objective is to give you a basic coding skills, and to teach you how to write simple programs, how to use the IDE like Visual Studio, how to write loops, how to write conditions, how to use methods, and it's a starting point for learning software development. So the target audience for this training is absolute beginners, people who take the keyboard for the first time. Okay, it's nice to have skills to write your name on the keyboard, but there is nothing else required. No previous knowledge, no previous skills are required. This course targets absolute beginners, people who just start for their first time to touch programming code, who don't know what is variable or loop or array. So anyone can join and start coding. My suggestion for you is try coding, try whether you enjoy it, whether you like it, whether it's nice for you, whether it's pleasant for you. And if you like coding, you'll become a developer. You just need to put one additional year or two, depends on how the time you put and how much time you have available, and depends on how fast you learn. But from 1 to 2 years will be enough to become a software engineer. But the first step is to try. If you try and you like it, go ahead. If you try and you don't like it, stop it. So it's not for everyone. Someone should make cooking, someone should care for the children. There are many other professions which are also good, not only software engineering. So try. If you like it, it's for you. So why did we choose C# for this training? Because C# is nice language. It's modern programming language, it's simple, it's truly developer friendly, it's easy for the people to write content in C#. It's powerful, it's multi-purpose, which means that you can create desktop applications, graphical user interface applications, you can create mobile apps in C#, you can create Android apps in C# and iPhone apps in C#. You can create web applications with server-side logics, you can create games with Unity, you can create many things, almost everything, but not everything. So C# is modern language. It's built around the object-oriented programming with classes, with interfaces, with objects. It's built around the functional programming with lambda expressions, programming with higher order functions, with functions which are passed as parameters to other functions, and it follows, of course, and covers the procedural programming, which means that you can organize your code in steps: first, second, third, etc., etc., etc. So the C# is modern, very pleasant, nice language. If you start programming, you should start from language which is good for beginners, and C# is very good for beginners. Other good languages for beginners are Python and JavaScript, but my favorite is C# because C# is more powerful and well organized. Python and JavaScript are less organized. They are more, you have more freedom, and this is not always good. So C# has a very big developer community. It has millions of people. So if you have a problem, you can just search in Google and you will find the solution. That's why I always recommend to start from a massively used language, which is simple and developer friendly, which large community, which is modern, which is actual, which is used in the industry. And C# is one of these languages. It's in the top 5 of the most popular languages in the industry. I believe it might be in the top 3, so I highly recommend it. Okay, welcome to this training, but it's not just a training. It consists of training, lessons, videos, things like the textbook, and everything is in this textbook. It's a tutorial style. So welcome to the free judge system, which I will explain and demonstrate you a bit later, and the presentation slides, which are very good for teachers. So you get all these resources for free. You get it just when you sign up for this training. And if you open this c#book.softuneed.org, which is completely free without registration, you just open it and start learning. It consists of videos, lessons, and these lessons have videos. You have also live coding examples. For example, this piece of code, you can run it and you can see it in action. And here are the, for example, 5 foods converted into 1.524 meters. So what you have? You have a set of videos, a video book which is organized into small pieces, small lessons, and for each lesson you have videos, you have exercises, and these exercises and examples are explained in the videos. You have some ideas how to solve them, and you have this judge system. So if you solve the problem, some problem, you can log in the judge system and go here. When you put your code here in this judge system, it will tell you whether this solution is correct or not. And this is for free. It's a service from the software university, the so-called Software Judge, where you can check your solution. I submitted now incorrect solution, so the judge says, oh, sorry, this is incorrect. So what you are given for free? First, this free video lessons with me and with my colleagues, where we explain the concepts, where we demonstrate writing code and demonstrate with videos how to code, how to solve problems, how to use certain techniques, certain code libraries, certain programming concepts, and we solve exercises live. And we will teach you programming, but also we will teach you how to think, how to approach problems, how to solve problems. So problem solving is more important. We don't teach C#. C# is a side effect of the teaching. We teach you solving coding, programming, and solving problems. Thinking as a developer. So we teach you the basics of the algorithmic thinking. Additionally, we give you a free textbooks. This textbook will be soon available also as a hard copy on a paper, so you will be able to order it from Amazon or other web stores. So it will be always free here, and now it even doesn't need a registration. It's something quite 400 pages full with videos, with explanations, with code examples, where you can run this code live. So it's more than book. It's a kind of, let's say, interactive training tool where you can run the code, change it, experiment it. So you can write here, you can change something, it's up to you. And you can also watch the videos and try to solve the problems. And finally, when we are ready with some problem, we can go in the judge and just submit your solution and check whether it's correct or not. Okay, the next thing is the judge system. When you go at this judge system, it just needs a simple registration here. You register either with username, password, etc., or you just click Facebook login or Google login and you're in. It takes just few minutes, maybe 3 minutes. So you can log in here and go at the judge. Oh, I'm not sure what happened. Maybe I didn't have judge account, but when you go here, programming basics, and you choose the programming basics books, this C# book, because we also have a Java variant, C# variant, Python variant, C++ variant, etc. But now we are teaching C#. So when you click practice, we have one section, one contest, just to come back, for each chapter. So this is for the first chapter, for the second chapter, etc. So when we enter here, we can go at the certain problem and submit our code, our solution. If it is correct, it will take some time, and this will tell whether the solution is correct or not. It takes usually 5-10 seconds. And for example, if I use this, I will take some other solution just to demonstrate you. So if I write like this is a kind of incorrect solution. If I print this, it says compile time error. If I run correct solution, it will need some time to be evaluated. This is for free. This is 24/7 service provided by the software university, and it says okay, it's always everything correct. So if I put a wrong solution, for example like this, it will be partially correct, and the judge will show me where are my problems. So it's not only about correct or incorrect, but it will also tell you where is the difference. See, expected output is this and your output is this. It's obvious that the 10th line of the solution is missing in my solution, so it's incorrect. Okay, I wanted just to show you that this is not something which is from yesterday. We already have successfully processed 10.2 million solutions. And see, this is the last one, Krasi, okay? 5921. If I click refresh, now I have another. See, until I talk, these are the last 5 exercises that someone submitted. So it's heavily used system. See, 534, and now the last is 539. So constantly people submit solutions, submit this, just to check. Someone has created this in Java, someone submitted this solution in PHP, someone just submitted this solution in, I don't know which is the language, we'll see later. This is in C#. So let's see what happens. It's really one of the biggest places in Europe where you can evaluate your solutions, whether they are correct or not. We have millions of submissions and hundreds of thousands of people who constantly send their solutions for evaluation. So this really works. It has thousands of problems. See what happens. These are the C#, these are the, for example, in Java, we have a lot of lessons and a lot of exercises and labs where you can practice, and it's really big. So the software unit judge, it's something very useful for you, and you can practice all the exercises. You have links. For example, when you read this chapter, for example, chapter 6.1, and when you try to solve this problem diamond, you have videos, you have guidelines, we have some explanations how to solve it, and finally you have link to the judge system where you put your source code in C# and it will tell you whether it's correct or not. So it's really very nice resource for developers. And finally, if you are a teacher, if you want to teach the others programming, you can take our slides for free. They are here. If I enter this one, because the link is not correct, programming basics resources in GitHub, this is the URL, programming basics resources, and here we have slides. So we have slides for each lesson. For example, complex conditions, we have PowerPoints, which are more than 100 slides like this one, which we see on the screen. So I highly recommend these resources, because this is not just a book, this is not just a video training, this is an interactive course where you write code, where you listen to videos and look at the videos, where you have exercises, where you write code, and where your code is automatically evaluated and you know whether it's correct or not. So it's really very good resource for beginners. A few words about the exercises and exams. I highly recommend for you to write the exercises. Learning programming is impossible without practice. Coding. Just like if you want to learn how to ski in the snow, to dry ski, it's impossible just by watching the best ski sportsman on the television. You just need to put the ski and go in the mountain, in the snow, and practice, stand, fall down, stand up, fall down, and practice. So exercises in programming are extremely important. You can't learn programming without just with watching videos. Videos are nice because they will show you what you don't know, but once you learn a concept from the video, this will be a theoretic only knowledge. For example, you can learn how to use for loops, but you need to practice to solve a lot of problems in order to learn this in practice and to learn skills. Software companies and the real world want skills, not knowledge, skills, which is different one, which is to know how to use in practice and to solve problems. So it's similar like math. For example, if you want to learn math, listening to your math teacher is not enough. You need to get the paper and solve thousands of math problems That's how you become a mathematician. In programming, you need to write code for years to become a good developer. So each lesson in our book, in our training, in our curriculum is followed by a lot of problems. For example, more complex swoops is something where we will teach whoops with a step like this one, while whoops like this one. We have videos, of course, and we have a lot of exercises. For example, the Fibonacci numbers, which has videos and explanation, the numbers pyramid, and others. Or if we open something like this, you can see how much problems we have. We have a lot of problems. So we teach programming by problem solving. Example, problem, solution. Another problem, hints, solution, submission in the judge. This is our methodology, is problem solve based. This is what software companies want. So we have 10 to 12 to 20 exercises after each lesson, and additionally 5 to 6 exam problems. The exam problems are a kind of more complex exercises like these ones, where you have more complex problem description and assignment, and you need to write more code in order to solve these problems. So they don't have videos because they are for your exercise to check your skills. At SoftUni in Bulgaria, which is the Silicon Valley of Europe, we start these exercises, the exams, with a lot of exercises, and we normally teach this lesson, this training for free to thousands of students in hundreds of locations, and we finally graduate with a practical exam. This practical exam is very well explained here in the practical exam preparation chapter, and it consists of 6 problems of different categories, which covers the 6 most important topics in this training. And finally, they measure how good are you in programming. If you are good, you will be able to solve these exam problems. This is a kind of assessment of your skills, and best graduates get a certificate from SoftUni. So the practical exam preparations follow each topic, and they prepare for this practical exam of SoftUni, where you can become a software engineer. So if you want to become a developer, remember that it's not just coding. I will explain you in details that it's about algorithmic thinking, learning computer science and software engineering skills, and also software technologies and several programming language called stack of technologies. So, welcome to this training. I really believe that the programming basics with C# is one of the best courses for beginning, for starting coding in the world. So go ahead, watch the videos, solve the problems, submit them in the judge, and enjoy. I wish you to become a skillful software engineer. So enjoy.